Hello everyone, it's Takeshi from jprail.com. Thank you very much for tuning into my channel. Have you heard of DMV? This is an abbreviation for Dual Mode Vehicle. It is a vehicle that can run on both railroad tracks and roads. This DMV will soon be in a commercial operation in Japan. This will be the first time in the world. This time, I will talk about this DMV. DMV will be introduced by Asa Seaside Railway. This railway is a local line in the southern part of Tokushima Prefecture, connecting only 8.5 kilometers from Kaiku Station to Kanoura Station. Originally, this line was planned to be connected to Gomen Station in Kochi Prefecture via Cape Moroto when it was a national railway. However, due to poor profitability, construction was suspended, and only the sections where the construction had already started were opened as railway lines. That is the current Asa Seaside Railway and the Tosa Kuroshio Tetsudo Gomen Nahari line. And by introducing DMV, Asa Seaside Railway will be able to operate vehicles on both railway tracks and general roads. First, let me explain how DMV works. The DMV is a small bus with railroad wheels attached. The bus is made by Toyota. The capacity is 23 people, including one driver, 18 seats, and 4 standing passengers. When traveling as a bus, the wheels of the railroad do not touch the road surface and travel as a small bus. When traveling on the railroad track as a railroad vehicle, the front iron wheel touches the rail and lifts the front. This prevents the front tires from touching the tracks. Then, the rear tires and the rear iron wheels touch the track. This allows the vehicle to move forward with the driving force of the rear tires. The driver does not use the steering wheels and drives the train only with the accelerator and brakes. A guideway will be installed at the boundary between the road and the railroad track, and the mode change from a bus to railroad vehicle will be completed in about 15 seconds. In fact, DMV was developed by JR Hokkaido for local lines with low demand, but it was abandoned due to the financial difficulties and the difficulty in using it in cold regions. I am very happy that it could be put to practical use on Asa Seaside Railway this time. Next is service section. The DMV will run as a railroad vehicle for 8.0 kilometers from Kaifu Station to Kanoura Station on the Asa Seaside Railway and 1.5 kilometers from Kaifu Station to Awakainan Station, which was the JR Shikoku line. The section from Kaifu Station to Awakainan Station was transferred from JR Shikoku to Asa Seaside Railway. The section of the bus is not fixed yet, but it will go around the places required by both local residents and tourists, such as the government office, hospital, and the tourist spots from Awakainan Station. This is a unique usage of a DMV that can run as a bus. At Kanoura Station on the other side, a route will be set in consideration of the convenience of local residents. In addition, it is planned to operate to Cape Moroto, the largest tourist destination in the area, mainly on weekends. By the way, the railway service section of DMV is not only on Asa Seaside Railway, but also a part of the JR Shikoku line. The section between Kaifu Station and Awakainan Station was transferred to Asa Seaside Railway from JR Shikoku. The reason why Asa Seaside Railway had to transfer a part of the line from JR Shikoku was the structure of Kaifu Station and the reason unique to DMV. As I explained, the DMV is a bus-based vehicle. Therefore, there is only one cab, It can go back in a short section, but basically it can only move forward. Therefore, it is not possible to change the direction of travel on the railroad track, and it is necessary to go out on the road, change the direction there, and then return to the railroad track. Kaifu Station is an elevated station, and the DMV needs a slope to get out of the railroad track to the road. But our Kainan Station is a ground station, and it is easy to get out of the railroad track to the road. In addition, this section is an unprofitable route, and there is no problem for JR Shikoku to let go. Kanura Station is also an elevated station, but since there is no other option here, a slope from the elevated to the ground is under construction. Finally, I will summarize pros and cons of DMV. The advantage is that it can run on both railroad and roads. Eliminating the need to change trains and the bus is a great benefit for seniors. In particular, Asashi Side Railway has only elevated station, and it was troublesome to move from the station to the ground. And since it is the world's first vehicle, it becomes a tourist attraction by itself. The reason why DMV is introduced with a big investment is because there is a big tourism element in this. Actually, there are many disadvantages. First of all, capital investment is required for introduction to DMV. DMV needs a guideway to get out of the railroad tracks to the road. If it is an elevated station like Kaifu Station, a slope must be provided, which increases the capital investment. In the BRT, Bus Rapid Transit System, adopted by JR East, traffic congestion can be avoided, and the maintenance of the track is not required by making the track site a dedicated bus road. This is cheaper. Buses can run on private and open roads with ordinary vehicles. Next, in commercial operation, DMV can only move forward, so DMV cannot change the direction of the traveler on the track. It can either use the turntables used by the steam locomotives or go out on the road. This may not be a drawback, as it was originally developed for access to railroads and roads. However, DMV is operationally constrained because it has to go out and turn on the road at both the starting and arriving points. Another drawback is that it has a small capacity for rail cars. The advantage of railroads over buses is mass transit, and the driver must have both a bus license and a railroad license. This makes it difficult to secure staff. Finally, under current legislation, DMV cannot operate with other rail cars. Until now, at Kaifu Station, the JR line and the Asashi Side Railway line have been connected, and both trains were able to come and go. However, as DMV operated from our Kainan Station to Kanura Station this time, the track was completely cut off at our Kainan Station. Even if the railroad tracks are connected, it is not possible to get on the JR line because there is no facility on the JR line that allows the DMV to change the direction. As you can see, there are many disadvantages. However, Asashi Side Railway and the local governments that support it have decided to introduce DMV for the first time in the world. They thought the DMV itself was more than just a means of transportation. It attracted a lot of tourists. In fact, as a railroad fan, I'm very interested in it, and if I get a chance, I would love to ride it. I'd like to give a big compliment to Asashi Side Railway and the municipal government. commercial operation is scheduled to start by March next year. That's all for this video. If you found this video useful or interesting, please click like button and subscribe to my channel. Please watch other videos too. Thank you very much for watching my video. See you guys next time. ありがとうございました。さようなら。